What's going on, everybody? How are you all doing? This is Lord PeteyTV here, and I am looking to see and kind of just give you all a little bit of our, retrospective of what we ended up doing with our KSM adventure with an Arcane Mage. As always, the people in the channel themselves, they voted me to be able to play the Arcane Mage and get KSM with them. Now, as a lot of people from the channel know, I am a very, very terrible player when it comes to Mage, to the point where everyone I know actually told me that I am not allowed to play Mage no matter what, and I kind of just have to end up, never think about playing that class again. So when it was voted upon, I ended up taking that to kind of take the initiative to want to do better, to make sure I can actually achieve what I wanted to achieve with this class. Now, in saying that, we were able to get KSM or Keystone Master with the Arcane Mage in 23 weeks under certain criteria. There was a couple of days where I ended up, tweaking the requirements, only because I was having either a really, really bad time trying to get groups together, or my time was actually shrinking, or I was just too tired to end up doing it. So I did end up using that for little things here and there, but it really wasn't that much to affect us in the long run. It took us a total of 51 dungeons to be able to do that over that time frame, and towards the end we ended up doing 15s, 16s, and I think maybe 117. So it ended up being pretty good. Now, let's just take a quick moment, and what we'll do is we'll go in and take a look at the Mage itself here. So the Mage itself here, as you all can see, we ended up doing a little bit of work on it, as you can see my UI and so on and so forth. We ended up being an item level of 431, and 431.25, I should say, and we were able to get our 4-piece, and some of that gear was upgraded pretty nicely. We were able to upgrade almost all of our pieces of gear that was necessary. We could have upgraded another piece towards the end, which was the idea. If we didn't end up doing it, I would have upgraded my bracers from there. But everything was pretty much set in stone, either 432 or even like the belt was 424. So it really wasn't that bad, and the drops were pretty good. As for the dungeons overall, we can take a quick look at that. So for tyrannical weeks, we ended up, like this week is a tyrannical week, 16, 15, 15, 14, 13, 13, 12, 10. And then over here for fortified, it was 14, 9, 16, 15, 15, 8, 14, 14. Now, overall, those numbers aren't too bad, but they were really showed you to be a lot lower than, you would expect overall. So it really wasn't that difficult to get KSM for the whole entire season. We were very lucky in being able to complete that and getting that done, which was really good. I was happy that we were able to achieve that and kind of go forward from there. So that was very much a promising thing for us to do. Now, the little things that I want to kind of talk about was the rotation. I learned that with the spec that I ended up having, the rotation that kind of made it work, a lot better for myself than others was, going into a large group pack, being able to put Arcane Tempest onto the group, trying to throw Touch of the Magi on there, and then go in there Arcane Explosioning, or trying to specifically like just melt into the tune that I put, what's it called, Touch of the Magi on, and kind of just wait for it to explode. And that was one of the bigger things that you did. Let it blow up, did a lot of damage to that character and then once around it, and then kind of just continue. The other thing I noticed was that Arcane Explosion, once I got to 2 or 3, then I would use Arcane Barrage with the possibility of getting that orb to come out, that Arcane Orb. I didn't wait until it was, full stacks, because it really was a waste of a GCD, and I think that really was an important thing to notice also. The way to AoE between, using Arcane Explosion and then going into using Arcane Blast and using the Arcane Orbs was very much an important way to do it, and something that really did work well which I really, really liked and enjoyed, and kind of worked through its system on its own. The other thing was that for single target, I had a really, really big issue with. And it took me a little while to kind of take the time to kind of go through and take care of that overall. So what I was ending up doing was I was putting Tempest down, I was putting Radiant Spark down, I would then use Arcane Surge, then I would drop Arcane Barrage, Touch of the Magi, and then I would go like right back into Arcane Barrage, and then I would just start melting away with I would do Presence of Mind, double Arcane Blast, and then I would start just dropping Arcane Blast, boom, 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 until I was out of mana, Evocate, Arcane Blast again, until I was out of mana. And I was doing these really, 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 really amazing rotations for that, and that was a really, really good thing that I ended up having going for myself, and it kind of worked pretty well. Now, what I will say is that this is nowhere near the proper min-max rotation. If you're wondering about that, this is just stuff that I personally experienced, and I've gotten asked to do a couple of higher keys, which I'm gonna try to do a couple of them before the end of the season, because the end of the season is going to be done in like almost 2 weeks. Right now, for myself, what myself and a lot of the other people within the community are doing we're ending up taking the characters that we need to gear and make sure they're geared and ready, so that they're ready for next season, so we can get ready for raid and ready for whatever else we need to do. So it's going to take a little bit of time there to get that done. So hopefully that works out well. I will say, when it comes to this specific character, one of the downfalls was with going through this pugging system, because I pugged most of the time. There was times where I just got groups that it was so painful, just so painful to watch, so painful to listen. I was just like, oh my god, how do these people end up operating? Sometimes we were getting DCs, sometimes we had people leaving, we would still four-man them. I will say pugging at low dungeons is definitely hard to deal with. I know that most people don't like listening to it or hearing me say it, but it was just one of those things where I was just so happy to, get it over, done, and go on from there. So, yeah, overall, I think the experience itself was really, really eye-opening. Would I continue to play Mage? No, I'm not really that big a fan of playing Mage. That's just me. But if I did, I'd probably end up playing Frost more so than Arcane. That's just naturally where I would sit with it. So, as for, other dungeons, or I should say other videos, other types of stuff coming up, I am planning on playing my rogue pretty extensively next season. I want to end up putting a couple of higher key dungeons in there. We're going to get KSM with him, probably KSH. Same thing with the Druid, and then the Monk. We're going to go from there. So we're every single Monday through Friday, we're going to end up doing that. I'm going to end up putting, some of our better keys when we're going through throughout the week up on the channel, so everyone can check them out. I think that, the commentary portion of the channel, when going through the dungeons, people enjoyed that, and I think it's great. So I'm going to keep on doing that come season 3. All right. So check out Dungeons. Check us all out. If you're looking to support the channel, hit that subscribe button here. You go to twitch.tv, Lord PeteyTV, hit that subscribe button there. We also have Gaming Fire with Lord PeteyTV if you're looking for some gaming news for things that are coming up. As always, here you have lots of different videos. You got your WoW videos, you got your, your new gaming stuff. So you have a lot of things there. But overall, I want to say thank you all for hanging out, and I greatly appreciate it. And make sure you use Lord PeteyTV at sub 2R, or you end up using it at Rogue Energy Drinks for, to help support the channel. And we have that merch store too. So thanks again, everybody. Have a fantastic evening. Love you all. Dream big, keep gaming. Have a good one. Bye, everybody.